On the phone with my mom, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's happening to me, but I'm scared, and I don't feel like I'm supposed to be a woman. I messed up. I really did. And the moment that I said that, somehow it dropped into my spirit for me to call my aunt. And my aunt, she's a minister, she's a pastor. I hadn't spoken to my aunt in over 10 years. I didn't know her number. Didn't think to ask my mom for the number. But I looked at my phone and it was there. So I know what he was doing. And at that moment, I called her and I told her what I had seen and what I had been going through. And she said to me, God is calling you, and you have to make a decision. You have to do it today. God is calling you. There is something going on, and he has spared you all this time. He's protected you all this time. Now it's time for you to dim that spotlight, and it's time for you to walk towards the Father and ask him for yourself. I can't do it for you. And I'm sitting in the car, and I'm like, should I do this? Like, if I do this, when am I going to go? I mean, what am I going to do? I have this whole lifestyle. I have breast. I have all these things. I have clients. I have clientele. I have men waiting on me. I need to pay my bills. What am I going to do if I do this? And those thoughts got louder and louder and louder and louder, and I could hear that voice getting smaller and smaller. God's voice just telling me to come to him. Just come to him. Trust him. Just trust me. I'll handle it. I kept hearing that. And at that moment, as I was trying to confess with my mouth, confess my sins and give my life to God, because I had already decided that I was going to do it. Immediately as I was confessing, my phone was ringing. People was calling me that hadn't called me in years. The lights went out. Everything that could distract me from doing this. The powers of evil was working in that moment to stop me from giving my life to Christ. And I wasn't falling for it. 8 hours went by. It was not something that happened in 15 minutes. 8 hours went by. I threw up. I literally regurgitated. And when I regurgitated after I said it, I looked at myself in the mirror. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was seeing myself through different eyes. And at that moment, I was afraid. And God said to me, he said, don't you be afraid of what you see, because I'm going to handle all of this, and I'm going to make it as if it never happened.